day 5, and yes, I'm still on section 3. Had hoped to get it done yesterday, but no bueno. So now we're finishing pruning up some of the big trees. We decided to leave this one, even though it's kind of a weed and it's funky, but we're definitely going to prune it off the wall. And then I'll leave this to grow to see what happens. Sometimes if you're not sure about what to prune, you know, leave it. Prune it up and see what happens. Do not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and use my trusty Chick electric chainsaw. Okay, it's day 5. Anyway, this is the last prune. This is the last tree in this section that needs to be pruned. This one is, he's going to be really happy when he's done. So anyway, we've got this almost completely cleaned out. Like I said, this is going to be done, and we're pretty much done with this section. All right. You know, when you have electrical cords and stuff, you want to kind of make sure that if it's wet out or it's snowy, that you try to keep some of the outlets out of the snow, because water and electricity really doesn't match well. So we just want to overlook, this is the rest of section 3, and we've got it pretty much buttoned up. Like I said, we just got one more tree to prune. So section 4 kind of starts here and over. We're going to, this bush, I think, has not been pruned in 13 years or something like that. So we're going to make this bush a really happy bush. And we're going to open up the bush so that these plants over here that are kind of being suffocated because they're not getting enough sun, it'll open up and give them a little bit more sun. We'll get the rest of this cleaned up in here. These are our bags for compost. So we will take the best leaf substance that's broken down to make our compost. Everything else we're going to take somewhere else for someone else. And trim this tree. The only thing that I don't do is large trees. It's not that I wouldn't want to try. It's just I don't have a lot of experience with those giant chainsaws, and I may not have the upper body strength necessary for it. And you want to have people come out and do trees like this so that, you know, they don't cause more disease in your yard. You don't want to let old trees just go. It's really important to hire a professional arborist who can come out with the gear, chop it all up, get rid of it for you, whatever is necessary. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and be pruning this, and this. Looks like there's a couple bushes back there growing together. We want to kind of give them space. Keep cleaning up in here. This is going to be our compost bed where we're going to relocate this tree and these shrubs, this piece of holly. And we're going to go ahead and build some sides to it. And then we're going to go ahead and put in our leaf compost. And then we're going to put like a nice big board in the middle to keep the compost that's going to be used for soil material, and the new compost where you can put all your bananas and all your other stuff will be there. And then we're just going to go ahead and finish up with, go ahead and breaking up. Give this guy a little bit of a prune, that guy a little bit of a prune, and it looks like that's going to be it. So that's what we're trying to accomplish today. Compost will be done on another day. It was a special project other than the one I was doing. And you'll be able to see the photos from that from beginning to end. So come back in a few minutes, your time, a few hours my time. Also too, one of the things that I really wanted to mention is that this is one of my favorite compost books. I bought it, see how new it looks. It hasn't been totally torn apart in the dirt. I started kind of ending up in food and permaculture and urban farming, volunteer gardens about 5 years ago. Lost everything about 6 years ago. 5 years ago, big life change. Ended up living in my car for 3 years off and on, traveling around the country, working on a lot of different projects, and they always had one thing in common, which was food. I grew up growing food. Been in alternative medicine for a really, really long time. I do energetic and structural medicine. So food's just the next step. You know, it's a medicine. And so now I'm in the process of 5 years of thinking about it, putting business plans together, working on creating my own urban farming based in permaculture, pruning trees, taking care of your domain. So that's kind of like why I'm doing this right now. So a lot of my books are new. They're not totally saturated in the soil. One day I'll have my own land, and you'll see this book on a shelf, and it'll be all just kind of like, wow, because it'll be well loved and used. Anyway, so this is my favorite compost book. It's called Let It Rot, The Gardener's Guide to Composting, Stu Campbell. It's super easy, simple, small book, diagrams. I mean, it's fabulous. All different kinds of composting materials, different kinds of compost that you can do, insulation, water, the whole 9 yards. So if you are wanting to become a master in compost, this book may help you to start. Thank you.